But that's something that Offset should have figured
Right.
out and filtered through before he married her. He married this woman based
He
on her
tried to
looks.
make her an honest woman.
Married her
Nah,
with her
Ain't
looks.
nah,
no
nah,
nah, because y'all the
nah.
same
Why
people.
he
And
didn't
I
make
ain't gonna
none of
say
his
y'all.
other
I ain't gonna
baby
say y'all.
mamas? Why he
I'm
didn't
just
make none
saying,
of
but a
his
lot of women say give women
uh
a chance. He gave her a
why
chance.
didn't he make any of his other baby mamas an honest woman? He got like
Mhm.
five other ones
Well,
to
maybe he
choose
liked
from.
her. Maybe I
No,
mean
he
he did
liked
it
her
though.
because
But
she
you're
was
Yeah.
saying
lit.
she had all
He
these
liked her
horrible
because she
qualities.
was a hustler. He liked her because
We
she
don't know
had
why
money
he liked her.
too.
We
Yeah,
don't know why
come
he liked her.
on.
I
Come
mean, we don't. So Offset has asked the court to give him spousal support from Cardi B, and a lot of women are upset about this. And I'm excited because this is the equality that you guys asked for. I mean, think about it. Really, if the situation was reversed and Offset made more money than Cardi B, he would be responsible for spousal support. Now, for months when they were breaking up, I heard women saying that she doesn't need him. She makes more money than him. And the court knows that. And based upon no fault divorce state law, she would need to maintain his lifestyle, which means they will look at what he's making, what she's making, and she will be paying spousal support of the difference to ensure that he can maintain the same type of lifestyle. Now, why don't ladies like this? I'm going to tell you why. You guys want equality until it doesn't suit you. And then you try to lean on patriarchal tropes. Well, you're the man. This is embarrassing. You should feel ashamed of yourself. No, you shouldn't. This is the law. And the law does not have a gender. And you guys wanted it to be applied equally. And that is exactly what's happening here. So stop your whining, shut up, and let this process play out. Because guess what? Y'all want to bring zero to the table, but when a divorce happens, you want to split everything 50-50. And now you're upset because the roles are reversed and Cardi is going to have to pay. She needs to pay her spousal support and her child support like every other man. You guys are grown men wearing Timberlands and dresses. So this is only fair.
Offset asking for spousal support, aka alimony, is my final example as to why women, especially black women, high performing professional women, need to have prenups before they get married to some of these bums. And even if you're not marrying a bum, a prenup is not just for rich people. It protects you, your children, and your future self by just a little bit of prior proper planning. As a lawyer who is planning to marry a lawyer, we will absolutely be getting a prenup, and here are some reasons why. As you can see from Cardi B's public divorce, it's ugly. They could have avoided all of this legal battle if they had a prenup that laid out all of these things. It could include whether you're gonna give spousal support or not, and I would have said hell no to that man. Go and get a job. It would have had child custody arrangements, living arrangements, what assets are divided evenly, what assets are kept by each individual person. What about debt? If you came in with your own personal credit card debt or student loans, do you want to keep that debt? These are all things that could have been discussed and planned out well before you got to this toxic, vile place. And the reason why prenups are so magical for that reason is because you're still in love. You're fighting in love. You're having these discussions with still grace and compassion and wanting to be together. When you are in a volatile place and you're coming from a place of anger, you're not making any sound decisions. As a fire sign, I know I can get ugly and vindictive and become a true certified hater. So instead of thinking about that and planning that out well ahead of this divorce, now, because let's be honest, some relationships work and some fail. It is what it is. Now you are racking up thousands, hundreds of thousands of legal fees, fighting out these little nitty gritty terms that could have been discussed years ago with far less attorney bills. And as an attorney, I know what my billable hour rate could look like. So all the little back and forth, me having to call my lawyer every time you get on Instagram making a story, I know they're racking up those fees. All too often, we're just seeing how professional women, especially women of color, are having to pay for these bums. Like the audacity of this man to go out and publicly humiliate you, be cheating on you continuously while you're raising his kids in your home. And he has the audacity to ask for a stipend. You've got to be kidding me. And if the court looks at the finances and sees that she's over earning him or he sacrificed time out making money to be home with the kids, etc., he could very well end up with spousal support. How crazy is that? When that could have all been avoided. The thing about a prenup, aka a contract, is that it can constantly be revised. If 5 years from now our prenup had us doing X and suddenly I want to stay at home with the kids, we're going to revisit that prenup, because that means all those years I'm foregoing a salary, but I was in the home making sure you don't have to pay daycare. That will be included in my alimony. If more of us put our thinking caps on and thought out of logic coupled with love, we could really avoid a lot of this nonsense.
I mean, I doubt if he get 70%. I think he just reaching, but I think he should get his fair share if just like if it was the other way around. Um, but I agree with what Il said. It's when it comes to Cardi B herself, she's not trying to heal. She doesn't want to be she just want to get another man. She just want to let people know, I can get me another man, because that's what women do. What you don't do, the next one will. And you get the next same person, you know, um, who from what I've heard, definitely not better. Definitely almost worse than what she got, the one she had her kids with. Um, the downside is, yeah, she's rich. And when it comes down to the baby, yeah, he's legally the default father. That's not just in Georgia. That's in almost in every state when you marry somebody. Um, the downside is they'll have to do a little more. Even though they're separated, he's still the default father. That's just the law. So I think that was tacky, to be honest with you. I think that alone will probably get him a nice share of money, because now look, this child, and the law don't make him, even if this father is even if the other guy's the father, the biological father, the law says that's not how the law works, and that's what ladies need to understand. When these things happen, if your husband go out here and make a baby with another woman, you're not deemed that child's mother ever. Even if you divorce, you're not on the hook. But if that man marries a woman and she goes out here and has an affair and get pregnant, even if she divorces him, she could still take his money. He still has to pay child support, even if the biological father steps up. The law says the husband is the default father. There's almost nothing. Most people don't get off the hook. Most people don't. You hear anecdotal cases, but most men don't. So this is bigger. So I think that alone would get him he should have the upper hand in court because of that alone. She could have stayed with the guy, been with the guy all she wanted, but to get pregnant and stuff, that was the tacky side of it. But it's Cardi B, and I like Cardi B overall, but I'm talking about the situation itself was tacky. I don't think she elevated at all with that guy. I just don't. So I just think it was just a payback thing. But yeah, that's all I have to say to that.
All right, go ahead, Bo.
Okay. I think that Cardi B and Offset have been dumpster fires ever since we've known what their names are. Cardi B is extremely strategic. I will give her that. Cardi B didn't necessarily have talent. What she had was hustle. She hustled. She got on that show. She knew what she was doing. She used that platform to elevate herself to another platform. She knew she wanted to do music. She knew she was a character. That she is very strategic. She knew what she was doing. And so I'll give her that. Personally, dumpster fire. She is the most chaotic person. And I've been listening to her here and there to see if I can see some type of, or hear some semblance of like sense, intelligence, direction, groundedness. That lady is flying like a hot air balloon that ain't gonna never come down. And Offset, you know what I'm saying? He got his little penis, and he got free penis for everybody. Like he put it on the lemonade stand, and it was like free lemonade, and so everybody could get it. And the thing is that she knew that. And so if you go up to the lemonade stand and you see free lemonade for anybody, and you see everybody getting it, it was like, I want you. That's your fault. Same thing with him. She's a dumpster fire. You walked up to that lady And I imagine Cardi B as like those caricatures, right? You know, when you on vacation, you go get your picture drawn and they draw you as whatever your features are, whatever your personality is that they saw, they highlight that. And hers is her mouth. And it's the biggest thing on the picture. And he walked up to that lady and he knew that she had the biggest mouth in the world. And he got with her. And now he's complaining, I just wish everything wasn't so public. You shut your mouth, sir, because you picked that. You knew she was on that show. You knew what she was talking about. You knew how she portrayed herself. You knew how she carried herself. And you picked that anyway. Both of them deserve exactly what they get. Now, as far as the 70-30 split, whatever the paperwork say, whatever is in black and white, because I am a fan of black and white. You got to put it in digital black and white, or I need it in physical black and white. And whatever that black and white say, that's why I tell people, go and get you a prenup and definitely get you a postnut. Whatever them words on that page say, hey, that's what it is. I don't know what to tell you. So whatever he get, he get. Whatever they got, they got. That's all I can say.
Period.
Let me just play this.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Miss.
Well, I was gonna say, like, everybody's bringing up Cardi's past, and I'm not a fan of her behavior at all. I mean, I was there in her Love and Hip Hop days, so I saw firsthand the stories that she was telling about what she was doing. Okay, I agree with everything, especially with what Boheem said. They walked up to each other. They knew the mess they were getting in, and they chose each other. However, like, at this point, I don't feel like that behavior is relevant in justifying this man coming and asking for 70%. And I think Il has stated earlier that women do it all the time. Yes, they do. But for most cases, I'm not even going to say the majority. I will say for a lot of cases, the woman is the one at home raising the kids and running the household while this man is out playing in the NBA, making music, or whatever the case may be. So I think that's something that should be kind of taken into consideration as well.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with that because if I'm making $60 million a year based on a talent that I've cultivated since I was a little boy at the expense of my social life, that's why a lot of these dudes are so goofy with women, because they don't know women. All they know is the gym. So I've been shooting the ball since I was 7. I meet you at 24, and I'm just asking you to take care of your children that you had, not children I'm bringing. It's not like you're playing stepmom. You're taking care of your children while having anything your heart's desire. And the fact that I'm rich, more than likely, they're not doing it alone, or they're doing it with the most high technical mothering assistants as far as microwaves, or it's like they got the best. So it's not like they got to do a whole lot. Really, everything is taken care of for these women. So the only thing they really have to do is just love the fucking kids. And you think because we divorced, because I created a life for you where the only thing you had to do was love us, you're entitled to 70% of my money? That's absolutely ridiculous. So back to the Offset situation. Offset already had money. So I don't think it's a money grab. Like he didn't get his wealth from being married to her. These women are coming in. They did a study. They did a study where most women, like some of the richest women in the world, their wealth are coming from divorces. So they're not coming into it with this skill set that has entitled them to money. Like, I think if y'all divorce and you set up a woman for a certain lifestyle, you should break her off something.
So you don't
But
think
we've seen women with no talent, no contributions take men's everything. And back to Cardi B, what we have to realize is just because her transgressions are in public doesn't mean that she hasn't done things. And I ain't even talking about cheating. I'm just talking about being a wife or being a mother. You don't know what issues they had behind the scenes that could have led to certain disgruntled issues with her and Offset. You know, I know it's low hanging fruit to say, hey, he cheated, but look how she carried herself. How you know he might want her to tone it down or something like that? It's certain things that conversation he might have with her behind the scenes that she give him a hard time about. Look how she acts publicly. So imagine how she acts in the house. Because
You married
contrary to
her,
hold on,
that she
contrary to
acts
popular
like
belief, getting lit is it can't be your only talent. So you were describing her grind. Yeah, she knew how to get lit and make herself popular, but unfortunately, she never grew as a woman. And if you're not grown as a woman, getting lit can't save you. She doesn't even have the right advisors around her to even give her legal advice to say, hey, you're in the state of Georgia. If you do have a baby, he might be able to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she know how to get lit, but has she learned how to be a wife and a woman yet? I don't know.
But that's something that Offset should have figured
Right.
out and filtered through before he married her. He married this woman based
He
on her
tried to
looks.
make her an honest woman.
married her
Nah,
with her
Ain't
looks.
because y'all
nah.
the same
Why
people.
he
I
make
ain't gonna
none of
say
his
y'all.
other
I ain't gonna
baby
say y'all.
mamas? Why he
I'm
didn't
just
make
saying,
none
but
of
a
his
lot
other
of women say
baby
give women
mamas?
a chance. He gave her a
Why
chance.
didn't he make any of his other baby mamas an honest woman? He got like
Mhm.
5 other ones
Well,
to
maybe he
choose
liked
from.
her. Maybe I
No,
mean
he
he did
liked
it
her
though.
because
But
she
you're
was
Mm.
saying
lit.
she had all
He
these
liked her
horrible
because she
qualities.
was a hustler. He liked her because
We
she
don't know
had
why
money
he liked her.
too.
We
Yes,
don't know
come
why he liked her.
on.
I
Come
mean, we don't know why he liked her. He might could have
come
liked
on.
her because maybe she had some good sex. It's like it may not have been that deep. These people are
It's a
young.
gold digger situation. I feel like it was a money grab from the beginning because you
They
saying
both have money.
no, Offset worth as much as Cardi is right
No,
now. Has he ever been? And if that was the case, then why is he hassling her for 70%? If you got your money and I got my money, and we both know we messed up in this situation, let's walk away amicably and co-parent
She
peacefully.
gave him a 4th child, according to y'all, in the state of Georgia.
Mhm.
Um, if
yeah,
she
she
gets
gave him what,
pregnant,
a 7th
so
child.
now he has a 4th child that on paper, I guess he's responsible for. But that's his prerogative. Like what's her name? Excuse me. Like Boheem said, it's black and white. Um, they both a mess. We know that, but it's black and white. And women has set a precedent, especially on these panels and these podcasts, where they always turn a blind eye to women taking everything from men who didn't deserve nothing. So why all of a sudden this is so egregious? It's like if you're gonna let that be the precedent, then this is fair game. If they
Okay,
want to play that game,
but let
this
me
is
say
super
this.
fair.
I want to say I totally and
I got you.
vehemently disagree with the whole get your lick back thing. I don't believe in that. If a man chooses to sleep around, it is not a woman's job to try to match their behavior. So let me say that she's 100% wrong in that situation. Okay. However, like that doesn't justify what I feel is a money grab. I feel it is. There
It
is,
is a money grab, but it's justified by her actions.
but no, because
Womp womp.
divorcing my husband, I'm not gonna ask for 70%. I want 50. I want half of what I helped you build, and then I'm going around
You won't,
it's
but
crazy.
you won't, and that's commendable of you. But you've seen most women, they take it all and they ain't did shit. So this is what it's called collateral damage. Welcome to 2025.
What judge is letting these women take it all? Because a woman doesn't just take it all,
Oh, but
she
we seen it though.
awards it all. So what happened for the judge to award her all?
He just had a bad lawyer. Like, come on, we can't keep making excuses. Like, if it happens to the other person, it's fair game. Like, that's my thing with like women today. To me, you could get whatever you can get it. But women want to play this game. They want to play the I got more money than you game. They want to play the I got more real estate. I'm educated. It's fair game. We can do everything the men can do. Not everything, but at least economically, we can compete with men. I'm all for it. But when you step into those shoes, you are like a lot of women say, I can do what a man can do. You can't tell me what to do, you can't control my body. Hey, my thing is this: I'm all for everything. Whatever you want to do it. But don't be upset with the ramifications of what you get involved in. So, because men like this, men say, "Hey, if I cheat, if my shorty catch me, it is what it's fucked up." Like we deal with the ramifications of what we do. At least publicly, we know what could come with that. We're not gonna cry and all that shit. But women want all the perks of the independence of choice and all of that. But when they have to deal with the penalty of it, it's well, he's a man. It's like you can't play that game. If this is the game you fought to play it, man.
Oh, for
Ain't this
sure.
kind of like him crying though?
No,
If you think
Not
of it that
really.
way, why he
not
not
crying.
taking it on the chin? Because he cheated multiple times. She decided to leave. She
Because
started
you're
another
publicly
relationship.
getting pregnant
The
by a
only
man
reason
that acts just like me. You look
I
like an
get
idiot.
that's the only problem is that she
That's a
got
huge.
pregnant.
It's not a.
That's the
It is
issue.
the problem.
That's
It
the
only take
issue.
one. You don't have to be a lot. It only
That's
take one.
that's the biggest
That's
though.
the
That's
big
the
problem.
And
biggest
this is
issue.
another thing that people got to realize too. When it comes to these stories, they're not legally married, right? I mean, they're legally married, but they're just legally separated by law. Offset really could sue that guy because I think Georgia has an alienation of affection too. I know a couple of southern
North
states
Carolina definitely does.
North Carolina have it, where until they're actually divorced, he actually could play this game. No, the ball is in his court, and she messed around, got pregnant. Y'all don't understand what she's done. Now we don't know how all this stuff gonna play out in court. We don't. But I will say that she really kind of messed up with that because he really could go back and sue this guy. He could because look at the times they did separate and they got back together each time. That man if he got a good lawyer, no, he could rack up.
And they publicly antagonized them a little bit. Like
she definitely did. She definitely did.
She messed up, man.
Yeah, let me get Shan and Trev in there. Then we get the Bruiser. Go ahead, Shan.
No, my comment was to something the young man above me said, but I mean, it's so far gone now that, you know.
No, I mean, go ahead, speak on this, and then we'll go to Trev. Go ahead.
But it's a lady. Oh no, that's not the law here in Georgia. So she can't sue. I know it's the law you're talking about, but in Georgia, there are cheaters everywhere. Everybody gets sued. You be open up a can of worms. Right? Everybody can get it.
Maybe for married people, though. Yeah, I got what you said. Yeah.
But no, so I just want to, when it comes to my opinion on the divorce thing, right? When it comes to women who take, I don't agree with anybody, both men and women, taking half of anybody's money, right? But I do think that if you lay down and you have a man's legacy, it's his legacy, his last name, you carry it on. We have made it very clear that women are devalued when they have kids. I think that should be looked at when you go into a relationship, you don't lose value for having kids. The woman you have who has your kids does lose value, especially now. If she cheats, gang, this is why I don't agree with the Cardi. She cheated. She laid down with Flea. You know, she was wrong in the situation. But we're talking about an innocent party who, let's just say he cheated or he left her for somebody, and let's just say she had his kids and she didn't do anything wrong. I think that's a totally different situation. Again, I don't think it should be half, but I do think that he should take care of her. Just like you take care of a surrogate who would have carried your kids, has you not? If you wanted kids and you wanted a woman to carry your kids, you pay for that, right? So that to me is a totally different situation. But again, I don't agree with that with the Cardi situation because it's very, very different. And I don't think anybody should be going for half of anything. Taking care of somebody could be like, you know, making sure she's straight, not making sure she's like taking half or 6, you know, whatever the huge percentage is, if that makes sense.